Hey guys, it is so cool being with you guys this morning. I've got my coffee ready and my Bible and just snuggled on the couch and just, really excited to be with you guys. I had a thought on 1 Samuel chapter 17, which is about Goliath. I know John shared a little bit about that yesterday, but I had a thought. So I thought I would share it with you guys, and then John can also have a morning off. So diving straight in, reading from 1 Samuel 17 verse 4, it says, "And there came out from the camp of the Philistines a champion named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a helmet of bronze on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail. And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of bronze. And he had bronze armor on his legs, and a javelin of bronze slung between his shoulders. The shaft of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron." These oaks knew all about Goliath. They knew what he was wearing. They knew his accessories. They knew how much what he was wearing weighed. They had become experts on Goliath. But it goes on to say that they were dismayed and greatly afraid. And even to the point where they were coming out every day and facing Goliath. So they were talking amongst themselves and with the men and saying, "How's this oak? He's just so huge," and just amplifying their fear with this Goliath, who they knew. They knew everything about him. And it just got me thinking how so often we can become experts on the giants in our lives. And I know that that would look different for each and every one of us, whatever that giant is. But like, we know every angle, and we know the devastation it could have in our lives, that we're even sharing it with our friends and just telling them how overwhelmed we are with this giant. It doesn't mean the giant goes away. It just means that it's amplified, actually. And I just love the way David comes in and he's like, "Who's this oak that he defies the army of the living God? Like, I'm going to take him out." It's the Cindy version. But he was saying, like, we are the armies of God. And he just had this incredible confidence of his God and his Father, and knowing that he was a child of God. And I just love that. And for us to be encouraged by that too, like, when we know our God by reading his word and learning more about his nature and who he is, and that he is so big, like, for me, that is so encouraging. And we don't just focus on these giants and become giant experts, but that we become experts in our God. I mean, I know we can never know the full extent of who he is, but we get to know who he is and the nature of who he is. And guys, I don't know what giants you're facing in your lives at the moment. I have faced so many. And with the help of others and learning more about who my Father is, being able to overcome those, because we need Davids in our lives to help us lift our heads and say, "Come on, guys, we've got a big God," so to make sure we're surrounded with some awesome oaks who have an amazing picture of who the Father is, So for you guys, I don't know, maybe the giant of like financially, what that looks like. Maybe if you're single, you weren't expecting to be single, and the lockdown has just, like, that giant has just become quite overwhelming. I don't know, but to encourage us that we can have this confidence that David had, where we look to our Father and we realize that we are children of God, that we are the army of God, and we can overcome. And just by knowing who he is and changing our focus and perspective to the Father and not to the giant, because I'm telling you, if we keep our eyes there, we will be dismayed and greatly afraid, and we will stay that way. But when David comes and he slays that giant with his confidence in who the Father is. So guys, that's my thought for this morning. It was really awesome spending time with you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning.